So, you've probably played Terraria before, if you're watching this, but have you ever played Risk of Rain? Have you considered playing both at the same time? Well, this mod adds a whole new roguelike mode to Terraria that essentially combines both the games. I love Terraria, and I also love Risk of Rain too, so as soon as I saw this mod, I had to try it out. This mod has 3 different difficulty types, so I decided I would play on the hardest one to see all that this mod has to offer for a challenge. I really had no idea what to expect, so I went right into it. Spawning in, I noticed I had 2 weapons to start with, a gun and a sword. I like range in roguelites, so I think I was going to stick with using the gun.
I'm dead.
Well, that did not last long. I shook off my first pitiful death and dove right into the next attempt, sticking with the firearm. I knew I was going to enjoy this mod. So it looks like after every room, a random item will drop. The first one, the antique lens, increases my weapon size. This will be useless for me, as I'm going to be sticking with the handgun. I'm hoping there will be a way for me to discard this for something more useful in future rooms. With the rusted shield, I am just now realizing that there is a barrier mechanic. This is essentially a shield for my player before I take actual damage, however it diminishes over time. I'm assuming there will be items that provide a way to gain barrier. I'll keep this in mind to see if I can make a build around this later. The Forgotten Bioweapon. Okay, this looks like a rare drop, but I think it's useless at this point since I don't have anything that can apply a debuff, although it seems like it could be potentially strong later. The Sanguine Orb gives me a chance to inflict bleed. Now the Forgotten Bioweapon will be useful to sustain longer bleeds on enemies. Here's another debuff weapon. This provides Ignite. Forgotten Bioweapon is now even stronger. I'm just a debuffing machine at this point. The Heat-Seeking Chip. This seems like it's going to be very good for me. Even if it's only slight homing, it will help me worry less on being precise as long as I am shooting in the relative area. So every floor will increase my max HP. Now that I'm in a new area, it's time to keep going. DR is damage reduction, I believe, so this will allow me for more survivability. Nice. Okay, things are starting to hurt a bit more. I need to be really careful here. I'm sure this item looks familiar to you if you've ever played RDR2. Not RDR2. I'm sure this item looks very familiar if you've ever played Risk of Rain 2. After the second floor, I was brought to an area where I can exchange items for other items. I was really hoping for this. The item on the left, the amber bead, allows me to gain 15 barrier on kill. The red item, the Prime Veil Rattle, gives movement speed and damage reduction per 10 barrier that I gain, and it stacks. These two items greatly synergize with each other. I was able to get rid of the antique lens for another amber bead. This was going to be a barrier build. On to the next floor. So this item makes the handgun fire more projectiles, but at the cost of reduced attack speed. This is still very good, considering I have homing on my bullets. On to the next floor. I'm getting stronger. I'm getting a lot of these clinging grenades. It seems decently okay, especially for bosses, but I don't know how I feel about it yet. This honestly does not seem very good at all, but let's continue. Well, now I have 2 of them. Why? Amber Ring is similar to the Amber Bead, but I only gain Barrier when getting melee kills, so this will be useless for me. I have to say, these boss fights are incredibly fun. You can tell a lot of time went into making this mod. I swapped out the Amber Ring for the backup dagger. It's a little more useful and inflicts guaranteed bleeds on enemies. I wanted to swap my red item out for this new one on the altar just to see what it does, but I was worried it would completely brick my build, so I continued onward. Attack speed will help counter the negative from the spent shell. This is very nice. I'm getting a lot of these brazen nunchucks. Maybe I should have went melee. Oh well, time to keep moving forward. With Golem down, it was time to continue on the final floor and finish this. With Moonlord defeated, a pizza tower running back to the start sequence started, so I scurried off as fast as I could. I refrained from attacking since the unencumbering stone increases my movement speed pretty significantly while I'm not attacking, similar to the Red Whip if you've ever played Risk of Rain 2. If you're a fan of roguelites, I highly recommend this mod. The link to this mod can be found in the description. Maybe I got lucky with the items, but it does seem a bit too easy, even on the hardest difficulty. Still, I had a lot of fun playing, and I will continue to play this mod if they decide to update it in the future. Thanks for watching if you did, and have a good day.